Just got back home with our haul of crabs, and I'd say we got a nice solid bushel full, maybe a little bit more. We've been just splitting them up, cleaning them up a bit, but overall, a couple hours, great day out on the water. Crabs for dinner. Okay guys, we just got back from a really excellent day of crabbing out on the river, and we're going to clean these crabs up. And crabs are pretty tough in general, but they have to be handled properly or else they're not going to cook very well. So I have the crabs in my basket right here, and just got them back. So they're all pretty lively, as you can see by this one right here. They're not all like this, but this is a pretty lively, fresh one right there. And you know, some of them not so much. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna immerse them in some ice water. In my cooler right here, I have some water that I took from the river. It's the bay water, salt water, and I'm gonna just put them on ice. I have a pot full of ice right here. And dump it into the water. Really make an ice cold slurry of salt water. We're going to put the crabs right in there, and it'll just shock them, but it will allow us to kill them in a more humane way. We don't want to let them suffer any more than they already have, and we want to get this done as quickly as possible. You'll see them in a second. They're just kind of really calm down, and the really cold ice water just kind of puts them into a state where we can handle them. Some of these crabs I'm going to clean and use as very clean crabs, and some of them I'm going to just steam them whole. So you can see they've been in there and they've all quieted down because they're basically stunned and in a state where we're not going to traumatize them any more than they are right now. So I could take one out right now, and he's just fine to, you know, butcher as we see fit. What we typically do is we pull the shell off of them, and then I put the clean crabs, give them a little washing down, put the clean crabs into our container right here. Alright, so I'll demonstrate one for us, but it's going to take a while to clean all these up. This one's kind of got a little floppy right there from being stunned, but you hold the crab in your hand like this, you grab the claws and the legs from one side, and you put your hand under here and you lift that shell. It comes right off like that, and then the crab is basically dead without as little suffering as possible. These are the crab gills. We take those off, just kind of brush them off on both sides, and we take the apron off from the bottom, clean off as much as we can. You see in this crab, a lot of the guts came out with it, but if I just give it a quick little rinse off in the water, that's what we're left with. It's a nicely cleaned, fresh crab right there. It's a nice big one right there. So some of the crabs, when I have some rusty crabs or some that are a little darker in color, I know that those crabs are going to be really full of meat. So I'm going to steam those, and we're going to do those in the pot right over here. In the back I have a pot of water boiling right now, and we're going to do half of these just steamed whole like this. Just laying them down into that pot nice and easy. Yeah, there's another good one. Okay, we finished cleaning our crabs. I'll show you what they look like here. We have a nice bin full of freshly cleaned crabs right there. They'll go into the refrigerator, and over here I'm going to take these that are in the pot and we're going to go steam them. So you can see that after being in the ice bath like this, these crabs, they're not dead, they're also not alive. They're somewhere in between. It's the best thing that I know that I can do to be as humane as possible to another living creature and not have it suffer too much. We know we're going to eat these crabs, And I know in the past we've had a lot of comments about people cleaning crabs or cleaning other animals that they're going to eat, but the fact of the matter is you have to kill what you're about to eat. If it's alive, you're going to be eating it and cooking it. And again, like I said, this is the best way that I know to do this properly. So we're going to take this pot over to the steamer and get it done. We're going to probably take about 15 minutes to steam up this batch. And the rest of these crabs we're going to put in the refrigerator. These will last a few days in the refrigerator, but I'm going to send you a link right now to my Chinese crab recipe, which is done in a wok and with some soy sauce and some vegetables. It is out of this world. So follow that video and you'll see how to cook these crabs in one of my favorite ways possible. As far as purely survivor diet goes, these crabs are just going to be plain steamed, nothing but water, just steamed. And man, blue crabs this time of year, New Jersey, they're delicious. But and cover it up, set the timer for about 15 minutes. These crabs are done. This is how the crabs come out when they're just plain steamed. And all you do is the same way I was cleaning them before. You pop off the back shell, take out the gills, clean off the back little girdle area, give them a quick little squirt to get the other guts out of there. And boom, there you have it. Perfectly cleaned, ready to go into the refrigerator. You can eat them cold, you can reheat them any way you want. These are some of the most delicious things I know. One of the best parts is right here in back of the back fin. Crack that open and you have a big hunk of meat right there. While I'm cleaning, I usually get a little sample. So, oh, it has a sweet flavor to it, a little bit salty. It doesn't have to be seasoned at all. Delicious. Look at that. Perfect. And crack them in half like that, put them in a couple of containers, and I have food for a long time. Well, I'm just about done cooking and cleaning all the crabs for the day. I hope you enjoyed my video. How about that underwater footage? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? That's the first time I've done that, and it's just really neat to see these crabs in their own natural environment, and it always gives me a little insight on how I may be able to catch them a little bit better and do a better job next time. And I hope sharing all this information with you helps you become a better crabber as well. So I hope to make a few more crabbing videos showing you different ways to catch them. But if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit those like buttons, and leave some comments if you'd like to see anything different in the future.